Well, we'll have another conversation now. Definitely looking at how consumers are faring, at this time. It's a consumer movement week here, World Consumer Rights Day. That's held every year, 15th of March. And definitely, we're going to be finding out what the theme of this year is going to be. And Lagos State is also taking part in this year's celebration as a means to raise global awareness about consumer rights and needs. How are consumers faring in a time of rising inflation? Let's get a sense of what to expect now. Joining us is Mr. Afolabi Sholebo, GM, Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency, joining us via Zoom. Great to have you on the show.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you for having me on the show.
Right. So it's another year and another celebration to mark consumer rights, globally. That's on Friday, the 15th. What should we expect this year from Lagos as the world celebrates World Consumer Rights Day?
Yes, thank you very much. First and foremost, the agency is actually saddled with the job of ensuring that consumers will get satisfaction for their products or goods bought or services rendered, and also to protect consumers from hazardous products. However, the World Consumer Rights Day is celebrated every 15th of March, and this actually started in 1986. And this year's theme is to ensure fairness and responsible AI for consumers. And it's going to be taking place at the Eco Hotel and Suites in Victoria Island. And it's going to be a very pragmatic discussion. So because of the ever-increasing digital world, AI has come to play a significant role, and that is a way of promoting fairness and responsibility in AI for consumers.
Right. So definitely, this is a time where we're seeing prices rise really, really high. And, what the price you get at the market in maybe today might not be the same price tomorrow, might be even higher. So talk to me about the plan to protect consumers from, profiteering and price gouging in a time of rising inflation. Our last inflation data about 29.9%, almost 30%.
Yes, you are very correct, and it's to the public knowledge that the issue of the dollar rate is really affecting some prices of goods in the market for consumers. Today, as I speak with you now, I think there's an ongoing rally in Abuja being organized by the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, but for one reason or the other, I could not attend, but it's actually been deliberated upon. And also, I must make it very clear that this is actually on the exclusive list of the federal, of the legislative list. And because we have a synergy with the federal agency, whatever the outcome is what we're going to be deliberating on, so that to really attend to the needs of consumers and how it can actually mellow down this issue of fluctuating prices and everything. But from our own hand here, we will just run a situation whereby people will go to maybe public supermarkets or where goods are being sold and the prices are not displayed. That is where and when consumers can actually lodge their complaints about hearing market service provider, marketers, and manufacturers as well. But it's something that is being addressed now as I speak with you here.
Right, and if a consumer has a complaint or a problem with a seller at this time, how can the complaints be passed across to your agency?
Yes, each and every complaint is actually attended to based on the facts. But for easy access to the Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency, any complaints can be through walk into any of our offices. Number 2B Soji Adepegba Close, or any of our offices in Ikorodu local government, Badagry local government, Ikori Obalende local government, Bariga local government, and Ojo local government. Also, consumers can come through any of our social media handles, like on Instagram, on Facebook, and on on X too, or maybe if I can, if it's something that is of a emergency, you can reach us through any of these hotline phone numbers: 081 2499 3895, 081 2499 3895, or 080 9250 9777, 080 9250 9777. Also, if you can write to us on our email, that is lascopa@lagosstate.gov.ng, lascopa@lagosstate.gov.ng, and we can assure Lagosians that all complaints, be it services renders or goods bought that you are not satisfied with or you get satisfaction for, you can lodge your complaint to LASCOPA, and thing will be treated with utmost diligence.
Okay, and talking about complaints at this time, I'm sure you've been following the story between a lady and Erisco Foods Limited. You know, talk to me about how you feel consumers can make complaints on social media or make reviews, you know, about products, because we're seeing, you know, she's being sued, you know, at this time by the company. How do you think, or are there any rules, you know, when it comes to how consumers can review, you know, products? Is there any plans to set up rules so that we don't have this kind of issue going forward?
I'm happy you're really talking about the issue of Erisco. It is something that has been treated by this agency. Let me give you a brief history of that. The lady made mention of review on her Facebook, fine. And on seeing that, I actually saw it on Facebook, and I was asking for somebody who knows the lady to ensure that I get across to her through this agency. And luckily, we got through to the husband. The husband was invited here. Erisco was invited here to this office, and Erisco came with their representatives. And it's in the course of that I insisted that I wanted to see the owner of that particular company. And I had the husband of the lady to bring the wife the next date and also bring samples of those products. But lo and behold, on the day the matter was adjourned to, the parties were here, but the lady did not show up. The husband came with the lawyer. I've forgotten the name of the lawyer, everything I have on record. Then it now became an issue because we were actually found out the way the woman was weeks away from Lagos to Abuja. But on the second thought, we needed to address the issue of the product so that we can address the issue of the true product and ensure that that particular product is good for human consumption. The Erisco brought their own product, the same batch. We bought from the market the same batch. We now asked the complainant for their own, the one they allegedly bought, and they could not produce it. It was based on that we had to send the products for forensic. The product was sent to Standard Organization of Nigeria to their lab for verification. Upon return of the results, we inquired that all parties should come back together so that we can open the envelope in their presence and everything. Lo and behold, they did not show up. Erisco showed up, and we made publication to that effect. But on the issue of the arrest, I just believe that probably the issue of consumer rights was separated from whatever the police is arresting her for. I believe this is based on allegation of the product being allegedly killing people. And it's the right of the police to make investigation and probably prosecute if they believe that the allegation is for the police to prosecute.
So there's no issue, you know, for you reviewing, you know, products online. It's within your rights, actually.
Of a consumer to review. But when you made an allegation of a product killing people, I think that is the angle they are tilting at. And when you make a complaint to the police about an issue that has to do with killing, such will be investigated. And if you do not have enough evidence to prove that same man, you can only do this in the courtroom anyway. So probably that is why. But I personally, and from this agency, we believe that such matter can still be resolved between the parties. And if Erisco will be truthful, is definitely is a review that turned out bad because of the issue of saying to the public that the product is actually killing people. And I can show you documents to the effect that we actually took these products to SON.
Okay. All right.
We've done our job as the issue of review, the issue of the product, and to tell the public that that particular product, after all the ingredients and everything were checked, they passed.
Okay.
So I think it will not be right. It will be right not to be economical with the truth. There are two issues on that: the issue of consumer rights and that issue of making allegation that the products actually is killing people. I think that is what the manufacturer of those products are hinging on, that their product is killing people. Okay. And I believe that is rather too harsh.
All right. It's a developing story. We'll keep tracking to see how things play out. Thank you so much for coming on, Mr. Afolabi Isolebo, GM, Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.